Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel, Lauren Levels Up. If you're new here, then welcome. I wanted to share with you today basically how I go about giving my skin a little bit of care and attention when it's feeling a little bit down, which at the moment it's just a little bit dull, dehydrated. I have some little like dry patches up here on my forehead. I have a few little friends that have come out to play, so we're in need of some TLC today. So I wanted to share with you how I go about doing a facial at home. So there will be some products that I use that you've probably heard of before. There will be some products that you might not have thought to include in your facial routine. And there are also some products that are new to me. So we're going to give those a try, which I am interested to find out the results of. So without further ado, I will get straight into the tutorial of how I go about doing my DIY facial. But don't forget, please, if you do enjoy this video and you find it useful, just to give it a like, a comment, and maybe even subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more from me in the near future. And I upload every single Wednesday. So for now, let's get straight into the tutorial. So to start off with, I'm using the Body Shop Chamomile cleanser. This is probably one of my favourite cleansers. It really does get everything off. So I'm just working a little bit of that in between my fingers as it is a balm to oil formulation. And then I'm going to go ahead and really massage and work that into the skin to break down any kind of dirt or oil that might be left on the skin, any traces of makeup, anything that we want to completely get rid of and make sure the skin is completely clean. I'm then going to go ahead and remove that with a clean face cloth that has been dampened with kind of warm to hot water. Not too hot, obviously, we don't want to burn ourselves. And then for toner, I'm going to use the Pixie Rose Tonic. This is a really lovely formulation that smells absolutely divine and helps to reduce any redness and inflammation. And I'm actually pressing that onto the skin directly with my hands. For my facial massage, I'm going to be using coconut oil, but you can use any oil of your choice. And in a similar way to the cleanser, I'm just popping a little bit of that into the palms of my hands, melting it down so that it's in more of an oil formulation as opposed to the kind of solid white that we've got here before I start my massage, which basically consists of, first of all, upward circular motions right up from the chin to the forehead. And then the second part is just basically to apply firm pressure with two fingers from the center of the face, working outwards. And this is just going to help us with any puffiness and with that lymphatic drainage, just to really help smooth out the face and create a nice level of blood circulation. And I just repeat that maybe 2 or 3 times. To tone off the coconut oil that we used, I'm using the ordinary glycolic acid toner. And I'm just going to go ahead and saturate a cotton pad with this before I sweep it all over my face. And this is just basically going to remove the oil that we used for the facial massage, but because it does contain glycolic acid, it's also going to exfoliate the face without being too harsh. But just be aware that because it does contain a facial acid, I wouldn't recommend applying this to the eye area. So here you can just see me sweeping that over all of the parts of my face, but avoiding the skin around my eyes, which is obviously a bit more delicate. And then we're going to move on to steaming, and because I don't own a purpose-made facial steamer, I'm using the good old towel over the head and a bowl of hot water. And I do that for about 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so. For my mask, I'm trying out the Patchology Illuminate mask today. It is a sheet mask, as you will see me getting it out of the packet here. The formula of it is really quite nice. It's really cooling on the skin, so you can see me just smoothing that mask on. The smell is also really quite nice without being too overpowering. And I must say the mask did actually stick to the face really quite well, because I know some masks tend to try and slide off. This one didn't do that. Just left it on for 5 minutes as recommended before peeling it off, and it did say on the instructions just to massage any remaining serum into the skin. I must say that there was quite a lot of serum left over, so it did take me quite some time to do that, and I had to leave it for a few minutes afterwards just to let it completely sink in. But when it did, it really did leave my skin feeling nourished and glowy afterwards, so I definitely would recommend this mask. Here you can see what my skin looks like afterwards. And for my facial oil, I'm going to use the ordinary rosehip oil. And I'm not a huge fan of the whole dropping it straight onto the face that a lot of people do, just because I think it uses too much product. So I've only used a couple of drops here because the skin is already feeling quite nourished, and I'm just going to go ahead and smooth that onto the entire area of the face, including my neck and my jawline, before moving on to moisturiser, which is the Embryolisse Lait Creme Concentrate today, because it doesn't contain any SPF and it's a lovely lightweight nourishing moisturiser. The reason that I'm not using an SPF is because I'm doing this in the evening and I'm going to be going straight to bed. So just smoothing that on over the entirety of the face, and I will actually include the eye and neck area when I do that as well. And then finally, the Vitamin E eye cream from the Body Shop is my favourite eye cream. This is the final step in the process. Just using about a pea-sized amount of that or so, and working it in between my ring fingers before smoothing it onto, mostly onto the under eye area, but whatever's left on my fingers I will take up into the upper lid space as well, just to really hydrate those delicate areas. So that, my friends, is my facial routine. I hope you enjoyed it, and the final step in my routine is always a cup of tea and maybe some Netflix and a good book, but it always leaves my skin feeling really nourished and glowy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again very soon.